Welcome back, guys. So today I am going to teach you 3 Christmas tricks you can do next week on Christmas Day. Now, I know not all of you celebrate Christmas, so these tricks are not specifically just for Christmas. You can do these with anything. Just today I am going to be using Christmas items. So let's get into it. So like I said, 3 Christmas tricks today. Number 1 is going to be something very visual, super quick, and it's a bit of a trick where you're like, wait, what just happened? One of those tricks. Number 2 is a version of a trick I perform all the time when I'm out performing. So it's going to be easy, simple, and very practical when doing magic. Really easy to do as well. Number 3 is going to be super visual, a little bit angle sensitive and hard to do, and it takes a little bit of a setup. However, it is perfect for camera, I think, and it can be done live with a slightly different handling, but it is super visual. So that was a quick performance of the tinsel through neck, or other known as the scarf through neck. So it's one of those where it's like, wait, what just happened? Something very quick, don't need to do it again, don't need to repeat it, it's just a quick trick. It's a perfect opener for anything. So I'm using tinsel obviously because the Christmas theme. You're going to grab yourself a bit of tinsel and then put it around your neck, and then secret, grabbing it with the right hand, opposite hands, you create this loop here, and then your head is going through this section here. So now you have a big loop here which allows that to go straight through the neck. Obviously do it a little bit faster, so practice it to get the speed, but just quickly again. Right hand on top I do it, left hand on the bottom, opposite hands, neck through this bit, looks really tight, and then just fake whatever reaction you want. Be careful not to do this. So Christmas is a very magical thing. So for this trick, we are going to use a broken elastic band that we've just cut in half, and we are also going to use a magical Christmas bauble. We are going to put that bauble through the elastic band, and you can see that because of gravity, laws of gravity, that bauble will always slide up and down the elastic band. Doesn't matter how far we keep our hands apart, it will always go up and down because that's how gravity works. But because it's a magical time, we can create a bit of magic and see if we can beat the impossible. Keeping the hands the same distance apart, you can slowly see that bauble is starting to beat gravity and rise above the impossible. You see how it's going slowly up the band, creating a very magical moment. And that is the rising bauble, which sounds extremely rude. Let's learn it. Like I said at the beginning, I perform this trick all the time. Normally it's with a ring. I'm sure a lot of you know this, and it's called the ring through the elastic band. But I'm using a Christmas bauble, obviously a Christmas theme. So you are going to get yourself elastic band, cut it in half, make sure it's a fairly new one, so it's got quite a bit of elastic and friction on there, and just grab yourself any bauble. Now this trick does rely a lot on presentation, and people have told me this is their favourite trick that they see when I perform it. I used exactly the same presentation that I just used for this video, except for it's normally with a borrowed wedding ring, and I say, you lot created a magical moment, let's create that magical moment again and defeat the impossible, beat the laws of gravity, so on. So you've got a rough idea of a good presentation to use. By all means use your own method, but here's how it works. You're going to grab that elastic band and you're going to grab about 3/4 of it wrapped up in your hand already. Now obviously you're not going to show the audience that. You're then going to put the bauble through the elastic band and you're going to stretch that elastic band. So it's actually only about 1 inch on, and then you create the stretch. And then you do the motion of obviously going up and down the elastic band. Now when the magic moment happens, you are just releasing pressure with the index finger and your thumb, just slowly, so it can rise up, just sliding that elastic band out from here. So without the bauble, going from there, and you can see how, keeping the hands the same distance apart, you're just letting go of the pressure, and because of the friction on the elastic band, it will slide up the elastic band. Now you really want to milk this moment, really just milk it as much as you can. Don't just go straight away like that and have it done for within 2 seconds. Really slowly pressure it, make them concentrate on the ring, the bauble, whatever you're using, and you'll create a real impossible magical moment for them. Like I said, people have told me this is their favourite trick that they've seen, and it's the most simplest trick I could do as well. So really milk the moment. So that is number 3. Now this is by far the hardest one, however it's super visual. So first of all, you are going to need a magical hat, where you can get one off my website next year. I suggest getting one of these because it creates a lot of magic, or just any hat will do. You're going to pop that on your head. To be honest, you don't even need a hat. You can actually use this without a hat, but I'm going to explain it with a hat because it becomes a little bit easier. So grab yourself a hat. Also grab yourself a ball, Christmas ball. Grab yourself some sellotape or invisible tape, and grab yourself some elastic thread. Now don't get put off by the elastic thread. This is going to be super simple and easy to do. Now the hardest part of this trick is getting the elastic thread and making a little knot around the ball, because it's extremely knacky invisible thread, but put a little bit of a thread or a knot around that ball, so obviously you can have it dangling, and depending on the light obviously you shouldn't be able to see that, but you can control what it does without making it look like there's anything there. So once you've done that little knot, you are going to cut the thread for a length where it's about probably your belly button height, so about here, and cut that length off and grab the tape. So once you've cut that length you need off, grab that tape. We are going to just cut a little bit of tape off, and we are going to attach it to the thread, and I am just going to stick it on top of my hat. However, this can go on the back of your ear or whatever. So now it's on the hat, as you can see from that angle. However, from this angle you won't be able to see it. So we now have a floating ball. How magical, look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Anyway, back to the actual trick and how it works. So, got your ball here. This hand, obviously if I go too low, that starts to float. So you want it at the height where it's just about to drop underneath, just a little bit higher if anything. So this hand here, you are going to clip the thread with your thumb. So then, when you're obviously at this angle, you can't see what's happening. But here, I've got it clipped with my thumb. And you are going to place that underneath your hand. So from this angle, you can't see anything. When really, it's just underneath that hand here. Let me do it from this angle so you can get a better view of it. Start again. Click with the thumb. Tilt the right hand slightly. And because you're already set at the height you need it for the ball just to relax, you've now got this position here where it's resting against your hand. You can feel the thread here, but it's close to hand here. And it looks like it vanishes. And that you can do that as a simple, quick vanish, like so. Obviously really control what that thread's doing. Try get it to rest across this part of the hand here. So then you've got a bigger area to block it with. So the vanish, gone. You can just see it because I haven't got the angle the right height for the camera. And you can just make it reappearing by just lifting that thread up again and putting it back in your hand. So quickly grab it with the thumb from here, show your hand as empty, and then clip it again with your thumb and just lift it up whilst this hand's blocking it. Now the harder part of this is being able to show both sides of the hand. Now this is where it gets hard. So I've just lowered my camera angle to kind of head height, so it's from what a spectator would see. So you already know the vanish, clip, drop it underneath into this position here. Obviously have the hands tilt a little bit forward. As long as that thread is on this section of the hand here, you've got all this part of the hand covering the ball instead of just your fingers. As you rotate, because I've got such a big part of the hand here, and I've got tiny hands as well. It's not like I've got big hands or anything like that. As you rotate the hand, do it slowly so you can cover the ball as well, which is now here, and then go back into that position as well. Again, sorry. And then obviously just clip it to make it reappear. So that is going to take a little bit of practice just to know the angles. So from here, really make sure that thread is apart. This part of the hand, your biggest part of the hand, unless you have massive fat fingers, and then you could probably get away with it. So from here, turn. Now you can just see it from there. Let me just change the angle from there. You can clip it, whichever. Or you could just do that vanish there, and then ready? 3, 2, 1. It appears again. But don't drop it like that because that makes it a bit obvious. So, quick version of it. Make the ball vanish like so, and then ready, 3, 2, 1. It's back in the hand. So that's just literally once you're here, just turn around, grab it properly though, unlike me being an idiot. Turn around, grab it, and it's in the hand. Now, if you're using a ball which is silver, it's a lot easier to hide, especially if you've got a bit of a brighter jumper. If I was using a purple one, it might flash a little bit easier. So even though it's very easy to flash, if you're careful and using a color which kind of hides a little bit under your top or whatever you're wearing, it will be easier. Yeah, that blue is probably not the best color. It'll be easier to hide this. So I know it's easier to flash on camera. However, if you're doing this live, it's very easy just to get away with anything. I know that flashed a tiny bit on camera, but live, they would not have seen that, I guarantee it. And if you want to hand that bauble out, just snap the thread off and give it them. Doesn't really make a difference. So that is the secret behind the, I don't know what I'm going to call it, the vanishing bauble. So that was 3 Christmas tricks, or doesn't even have to be Christmas. You can do that with anything. Like I said, the ring effect, the scarf. The last one could be done with, I don't know, just an ordinary ball or something very light which you can hold on thread to make it vanish and reappear. Doesn't have to be Christmas related. I know not all of you celebrate Christmas. However, for the guys that do, have a great Christmas. I'm sure I'll be doing another video before Christmas. I definitely will be. And I'll see you soon.